We was on the bottom, yeah. Now we headed to the top. New level. On my level, don't see anybody. I don't see him. This right here could never stop. This could never stop. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. One time, ay. I live on the job, right? Yeah, I'm always at work, right? Real people stay by me, right? Haters wanna do hurt, right? Know they tryna stop me, right? Drag my name through dirt, right? I don't feed into the hate, right? I just answer with a smirk, facts. I feel so special.
The civilized man has to teach the next man how to be civilized. So this is what God said about men being men. All right, we're gonna go to King David, and King David is gonna tell his son King Solomon how to be a man. Let's hear what God said, or what King David said to his son. Read.
1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
What was your name, brother? What was your name? Okay, well I'm gonna call you brother. All right. So, brother. King David is saying that, listen, I went through all the earth, left, right, and center, right? He's telling his son, hey, be strong and keep the charge of the Lord. Let's see what he means by that. Read verse 2.
Verse 2, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments.
That's what it means to be a man. Because keeping God's commandments is what changes communities. It's what changes men. Because a man in his natural state is going to do evil. But if we start applying God's commandments, that's what's going to change us. So, do you know some of God's commandments? I think we spoke to you before. Like, what's today? Today is considered the what? The Sabbath day, right? Do you know anything about the Sabbath day? No? Yes? Well, from Friday at sundown to Saturday at sundown is the Sabbath day. And it comes with a set of statutes that we should observe. But before I get into that, I'm going to ask you, do you have any questions about God's word? You have no questions? What about why our communities are in the state it is? You have any questions on why it's like that? Okay, you got to give me one. One question. Tell me, why do you think there's so many single parent households in the black community? Why do you think that happens? Because we uncivilized? It's a lot to unpack saying that we uncivilized. Okay. Oh no. Let me ask Isaiah 51, 58 and 1. Listen, the way we gonna go about doing it is the way that God say to do it. Right? So we gonna come out here and we gonna teach our people. We gonna go out here and teach our people. Yeah. Huh? I'm gonna teach what God says to do. No. But listen, brother, you see this sign right here? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they are the Israelites according to the Bible. Right. 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 Well, listen. We going by what the Bible says. Do you believe in the Bible? All right. So, this is what the Bible says about us when we out here on the corner. Hold on, read. Listen to what God says. Listen, but we doing it the way God said to do it. Listen, read.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud.
Means to speak loudly.
Spare not.
Spare nobody's feelings.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Be loud, because you ain't never heard a soft trumpet. It says to be loud like a trumpet. Read on.
And show my people.
Show his who?
Show my people.
The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they are God's people. So this is what God wants us to come out here and show his people. Listen.
And show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sin.
God says to come out here and show our people their sin. You might not like the way we doing it, but we doing it the way God says to do it. Brother right here walking with the phone in his hand. I got a question for you, man. What's your nationality according to the Bible? Come on, brother. Come on, chop it up. Come chop it up with your brothers. Don't worry about that. Come on, come chop it up with your brothers. So, you see this sign right here that we have? On one side of it, it has what the world calls us. See, black, African American, Jamaican, Haitian, West Indian, Puerto Rican. Those are what the world calls us. But on the other side is the names found in the Bible. So which one is your father, or which one does your father come from? What's the nationality? Which one do you see? I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Do they call, when you go to get a driver's license, what you fill out? Black, American, Jamaican, other, whatever. Huh? African American. All right, so African American, on this side right here, God would call you Judah. Right. When you read the Bible, you never gonna find the word African American. Right. Matter of fact, the word African American comes from two Europeans, two white men's names. You got Leo Schippers Africanus, who conquered the land of Africa and changed it from Ham to Africa. And then you got Americo Vespucci. He was a European sailor, navigator, an Italian navigator. He discovered the land of America before Christopher Columbus. So they named it after him. So now in 2019, us black men, we call ourselves African American, which is two white men's last name. But God calls you Judah. You know what Judah means? Judah means praise of God. African American don't have no meaning. Right. Understand? Right. So Judah means praise of God. Do you know who else comes from the tribe of Judah, brother? Do you know about Christ? Have you heard about Jesus? Do you know about Jesus? Right. Us black people, we love the Lord, right? So Christ comes from the tribe of Judah. Right. Right? Meaning that you have royal blood in you, brother. We are much more than what they call us. We are much more than just blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We actually the children of Israel. That's right. Have you ever heard that before? What was your name? I didn't get your name. What's your name? All right, I'm going to call you brother. My name is Jacob, all right? So, we out here teaching the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they actually the Israelites according to the Bible. And the way we know is because God said that his chosen people would be living under curses. We are blessed people living under curses. So let me show you one of the curses to signify in your mind that you actually from Israel, from the tribe of Judah. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So God says, I'm going to take my chosen people and I'm going to make them serve their enemies. Now it might sound like, hey, we ain't got no enemies. I could get a car, I could get a house, I could go to work. I ain't got no enemies, right? But let's see what those enemies are. Read.
In hunger.
You ever get hungry, brother? How you get your food? You gotta work for it, right? You gotta go to every other store. We don't own any store. Look at this Family Dollar in our own neighborhood. We don't own that. Look at these chain of stores back here. We don't own them. And if one of these stores we do own, we still got to pay a water bill, a light bill, we still got to pay taxes, so we don't own that. So God says, I'm going to take my people, I'm going to make them serve their enemies for food. Read on.
And in thirst.
You ever get thirsty? It was raining this whole week. How come our people ain't got big tubs in the back of their yard just collecting rainwater and not having a water bill? If you don't pay your water bill, they'll just what? Shut you off, right? All right, so in water and in food, what else?
And in nakedness.
You got some fresh clothes, or you look like you just coming from work. But I guarantee you on a regular day, you probably fresh. You got the clothes, the shoes. Understand? God says you're going to have to serve your enemies for water, for food, for clothes. How you get the clothes? Got to work for it, right? You got to clock into some job. You got to pay taxes on the money. You got to go to some mall. You got to go wherever, buy it, pay taxes on that too. Or you go naked. Read on.
And in want of all things.
Now, in want of all things is heavy, brother. You got a license? Come on, man. Everybody have to have a license in 2019. A birth certificate? Right? You a watch? You got a cell phone? A smartphone? You got a plan on the smartphone? How you maintain any of those things unless you go to your enemies, the other nations? Because our people don't own no AT&Ts. Right. We don't own no DMVs. Right. We don't own no place to get no birth certificate or no death certificate. If you want to get married, you got to go get a marriage certificate. Right. You got to go to your enemies Who you think your enemy is when you got to go get that birth certificate? Oh, well, who you go to? Enlighten me, brother. Who do you go to get your driver's license from? You got to go to your enemies. Even when you pay your water bill, the fact that you have money, who prints the money that you use? Right? Blueface, the big $100 bills. Who prints that? It's the American government, right?
Who's on the dollar?
Yeah, who's on the dollar? Right? So it says, in one of all things, read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Take a look at this sign right here, brother. You see that right there? That is a physical yoke of iron that's on this brother's neck. That happened. Hey, sisters, y'all got a few minutes? I got a couple questions for y'all. Hey, but come on, hey, we out here teaching our people who they are according to the Bible, all right? So, when did that happen? When did our people, the so-called blacks and Hispanics, physically had a yoke of iron on their neck? When did that happen? You don't know? It happened in slavery. From 1619 all the way up until now, our people had yokes of iron on their neck. It's changed from on the neck. When you get arrested, you got a yoke of iron on your hand. Handcuffs. Right? When you go to jail, you practically a slave again. You in there making license plates for free. You in there making furniture for free. They ain't paying you nothing. Right? So God says our enemies is going to put a yoke of iron on our neck. Put the sign down. Who did that to us? What race of people put a yoke of iron on our neck? Brother, it's only us here. It's only us here. We ain't got to be afraid. The so-called white man did that.
That's right.
You understand? So God is letting you know who your enemies are. So it says he's going to put a yoke of iron on your neck until what?
Until he have destroyed thee.
See that in 2019, actually back, what is it, 1863, they took the yokes of iron off of our necks. They gave us what's called the Emancipation Proclamation, right? Let's break that down a little bit. If you go to jail, right, brother? If you go to jail and the warden say, you know what? You could go home now. You pardoned. All crimes dropped. You could go home. Do you stay in the jailhouse with the warden? Or do you go home? Which one? Which one should happen there? You got a dialogue with me, man. I can't be the only one talking. You go home, right? When you finish with jail. Okay, so when you finish with jail, they let you go home. When they gave the so-called black man freedom, did they let us go home?
Bring it out.
Ask you this, right? What happened to Eric Gardner? What happened to Trayvon Martin? What happened to Tamir Rice? What happened to them? Give me Leviticus 26 and 17. So what happened to those people? Those were all people that got what? Got killed. Got murdered off. Was there any justice for them?
Bring it out.
Was there anything that happened? We marched for a little bit.
Teach him up.
We tried to get a lawsuit here and there, but nothing came of that. I think the sister made her way to the Senate and the brother wrote a book. But that didn't help the black community at all. Because our people didn't want to listen to God. Brother, right here with the flyer, man, I got a few questions for you. Come on by. Chop it up with your brothers, man. Let me show you what happened to those people. Read Leviticus 26:17. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 17. And I will set my face against you.
God says, I'm going to set my face against you. Read on.
And ye shall be slain before your enemies.
See that? God always goes back to them enemies. God says, you're going to be slain before your enemies. Eric Gardner was slain before with his enemies. He was choked out saying, I can't breathe. They still choked him out. Tamir Rice, she got killed. Trayvon Martin got shot down for walking through a neighborhood with Skittles in Arizona in his hand.
Right.
All these things happen to our people because we are a blessed people living a curse. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Oh, there's more? Finish that.
And they that hate you.
Hear that what?
They that hate you.
You see these pick this sign up again, soldier. You think a race of people, brother, right here, check this out. You think a race of people that love you would do this to you? You think a race of people that want to be your friends or want you to be equal with them will do that to you? This right here is Bible prophecy. This became our history.
Right.
Understand? Prophecy became history, meaning that we are living the words of this Bible.
Right.
Read that part again. Those that hate you.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
Every 4 years we go to the ballot. You can put it down. Every 4 years they go to the ballot to pick a new master, a new president from the same people that hate us to reign over us.
Right.
Right now they're making a big uproar about an impeachment. Our people don't care about that. Whoever is in government, the so-called blacks and Hispanic, brother right here with the hat on, brother with the plaid shirt, the leather jacket, we got some questions for you, man. Come learn about your history in the Bible. Anyway, so every 4 years, right, our people line up to go rock the vote. What do they say? Vote or die? Vote or die. Right now, the sitting president is being impeached. Our people are in an uproar. Oh, they're going to get rid of Trump. Somebody better. No. From 1863 until now, don't matter who been sitting in that White House, our people has always been on the bottom. We ain't never ever climbed our way to the top. Understand? They tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Right. But God says no. My curses, they gonna be on you because you broke my commandments. Right. You understand? Go back to Deuteronomy 28, because I want to show the brother right here that he's an Israelite. You getting somewhat of a gist of who our people is, brother? Understand? Read Deuteronomy 1:1. Read Deuteronomy 1:1. I want him to see this, because these things right here, Moses spoke to a certain group of people. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
Deuteronomy 1:1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Because Moses was speaking to a particular group of people. And after we got out of Egypt, on the other side of the Red Sea, this is what Moses said. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto who?
Unto all Israel.
The black people.
Unto all Israel.
So these are the words that Moses spoke thousands of years ago to Israel.
Right.
So let's show you the words that he spoke to Israel. Give me Deuteronomy 5:2. Because these are the words that God spoke to, Moses spoke to Israel. Let's see what he said.
Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 2. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb.
God made a covenant with the Israelites. He told them, keep my commandments, you'll be the top nation. But if you break my commandments, this is going to happen to you. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. So keep the commandments, be the top nation. Have the wealth. Have everybody praising you. Your storehouse will be blessed. Your women will be blessed. Right. Your land will be blessed. Your name will be blessed. Everybody that see you will be afraid of you. Brother, anybody afraid of the black man today?
Bring it out. Bring it out.
We're not even afraid of ourselves. If a brother walk by and step on your shoes, that might be the last place he ever stepped. Our people are crazy. We bugged out of our minds. We don't respect anybody else other than our masters. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45.
Bring it out.
Moreover, all these curses.
And now this is the flip side. Moreover, all these what?
All these curses.
Brother, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? A curse is a bad thing, brother.
Right.
Because when you look at our neighborhoods and our communities, all of these things that happen to us, being put on slave ships, being yokes of iron on our necks, being sold on auction blocks, all of these are curses. All of these are bad things.
Right. Moreover, all these curses.
Take a look at the sign, brother. Look, we got these two right here for you, man. Take a look at these two. All these curses, read,
shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
These are the things that came upon us and pursued us. Being on auction blocks, yokes of iron on our necks, being sold, being bought, having to work in cotton fields. These are the things that happened to the so-called Northern Kingdom. They were sent back to Spain as slaves. They were beaten and told they have to accept Christianity or be burned at the stake. These are the curses that came upon us. Read it again.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
All of these things come upon the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans until they're destroyed. I can put it down. And they still upon us till this very day. Right. Because we just said it. Tamir Rice, Eric Gardner, right. Trayvon Martin. Right. Killed. What was the brother's name? Boquan G. He got shot down in his own house. Right. Sitting there eating ice cream. And when they found the lady guilty, we want to hug her. Let me give him a hug. The judge wanted to give her the Bible. She wanted to read the scripture to her. Our people are bugged out, man. But we are a blessed people living out these curses. So remember, these are the words that Moses spoke to Israel thousands of years ago. But it's coming to pass in our generation. So what does that make us, brother? If these are words that Moses spoke to Israel, but it's happened to the so-called blacks and Hispanics, that means we are the people of the book. Right. Let's see how long this all lasts. Give me verse 37. 46. Give me verse 46. Brother, right here, before you go, I have a question. What does Christ look like? I'll read. Finish it out.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
That's why all these bad things happened to us. That's why we went on slave ship. That's why we went on auction block. Because we did not listen to our God.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.